Greetings. Welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Mind Power Show. Listen, the title of this video is "Why Are Narcissists Mean to Me, but nice to everyone else in public?" Right? So guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Mind Power. You can call me MP. I thank you very much for being here. If you find some value in the content, I kindly ask you to click the share button, click the like button, make a comment so that we can get this word out to as many people as possible. Particularly ladies, my purpose of doing these videos is to get to you as an audience, because I think the male psychopath, sociopath, and so on is running havoc on women out there. I know they are. This is why, ladies, I get it. I absolutely know what's going on. Trust me, I know narcissists, I know sociopaths, okay? That's what I focus on, right? And so I know there are things they're doing that you guys are ashamed to even mention to your best friend, right? And so that's how they control you. Here on this channel, guys, we turn pain into possibility and power, right? We turn or shame into success and service, right? And so this is a service unto you. So listen, a part of what the narcissist does is shame you. You're so embarrassed that you don't want to share your information. But I can tell you that this is how you heal yourself. This is how you emancipate yourself. This is how you put that narcissist back into the bush, into the dark, under the dungeon where they belong. Okay, so that's how you get through the shame. Is you have to give it a voice. Okay, and that's the message that I have for the ladies today. Listen, I got to put my glasses on because my eyes are sensitive to the light. Those of you who are new to the channel, you'll see me wearing my glasses. I apologize if it offends anybody. There's nothing behind it. It's been happening my whole life. Why is a narcissist nice to in public, but abusive to you behind closed doors? Guys, here's the thing. So when the narcissists abandon themselves as children, when you encounter a narcissist, you're not meeting a person. You're meeting a fraud, a phony, a fictitious character. They're putting on a game. They're putting on a mask to encounter you. That's why we refer to them as wearing a mask, right? It's a false identity. As a child, the narcissist encountered a lot of abuse. Sometimes they become narcissists because of another narcissistic parent doting on them, and so they raise a narcissistic child. That can happen, but majority of the narcissists encountered some level of abuse, and these are traumatic abuses, and therefore they abandon themselves. That's the first time the narcissists learn how to abandon someone besides themselves being abandoned by a parent or a guardian. They abandon themselves, right? And so this is a cycle of abandonment that you will see in the lives of narcissists. But having said that, the reason, and so as a result, the narcissists abandon themselves as children because of the trauma and the pain. They couldn't deal with it. And so as they grow up and you encounter the narcissist, they had to find a way to get along in life. Because if you abandon yourself, you abandon your soul, your identity, your vigor, your spontaneity, your optimism. You abandon all of that. Inside the narcissist, there's nothing. It's an empty vessel, an empty shell. And the most important thing that they abandon is the side of them that gives them empathy, warmth, love, support for others, things like that. The positive side of our emotions. What the narcissist held on to is the dark side, anger, jealousy, rage, envy, and malice. Those are the emotions that the narcissist can feel, because to have the other emotions, they would have to have some empathy, and that was left long ago when they abandoned themselves. Having said that, when you first encounter a narcissist, the narcissist takes a snapshot of you, right? And it's an idealized photograph of you in your perfect form, right? Every time from there on that you meet the narcissist interacts with that perfectly crafted frame. I call it a frame of reference, right? And so they reference that photograph to expect and anticipate how you're supposed to behave, how you're supposed to perform. But now you're only human, and so when you live with the narcissist will not take a shower for 3 days, right, and then expect you to have intercourse with them. The narcissist will disappear for days, and you will not know where they are, and they'll show up like nothing happened, right? The narcissist will hit you upside the head, right, and the next day acts as though everything is fine, and so you're only human, and so you will confront the narcissist about these transgressions, and the narcissist will then be forced to put you back into the frame of reference, because the moment you challenge the narcissist or disagree with the narcissist then moves into another role. They have a skill set called manipulation, and that skill set is how they get you back into the frame. So if you complain about being slapped upside the head by a narcissist, what they will do is they'll try to manipulate you that it was your fault. Somehow you provoke the narcissist to do something like that, and that's where the manipulation comes in. It's a tool for them to manipulate people back into the frame of reference. Now, having said that, how is it that they somehow can depart from that abusive side and outdoors they're nice to everybody? You know, when you think of narcissists, if you think of narcissists from an emotional standpoint, which is what 99.99% of people do, you can never understand them, not to this level. And so by taking a step back, I observed and I understood what happens here. So just like they take a frame of reference for you, a snapshot, they have a snapshot for every aspect of life. Going to the police station, talking to the teacher, talking to the dental office. You know, everything they do is a snapshot, right? They do this repeatedly. And so they started doing this when they were small children, right? And so by the time the narcissist is an adult, they're an expert at this. They're an expert at manipulation, right? And so that's why they're so damaging and bad and just wretched, right? Because they've had so many years. The world's first actor is a narcissist, because the day they abandoned themselves, they became actors, right? And so it's easy for them to act, right? It's just another tool to keep people inside the frame of reference. And so when the narcissist goes outside and sees their neighbor and sees a school teacher and sees a doctor and sees a policeman, what they're acting out is a snapshot that they did way back when they abandoned themselves and they had to go outside into the world and deal with a real world. They had to idealize it, a snapshot. This is how the police works. This is how I talk to the police. They can't do that unrehearsed. They have to have a snapshot. That's why when you see the narcissist outside interacting, normally it's a fake. Once you know the narcissist, you live with them and you see them acting out there, you see it's just a completely different person. It's a fake person, right? And so what they're doing is they're acting out that fairy tale, the perfect photograph they took with the police and with your neighbors. And therefore the other reason why they have to do this, they have to do it, is because if the narcissist does not have that perfect frame of reference to interact with people publicly, they would sustain narcissistic injuries every day with each encounter of a person. And so they develop this facade to interact with people and interact with the public in order to prevent themselves from becoming injured by someone insulting them, someone saying no to them, your neighbor being mean to them, your neighbor not liking them, your neighbor not supporting them, your neighbor not having their back. This is why they work so hard to sustain that perfectly formed photograph of your neighbors and people in public, right? Because otherwise they would sustain the injuries that you and I sustain every day. People treat us like garbage sometimes, and we take it on the chin. The narcissist cannot do that. And so when the narcissist comes home to you at night and you see the narcissist just running havoc, it's because they sustained an injury in the day, right? The narcissist cannot survive out there. They have to have these frames to get through dealing with a boss at work. They have to, the co-worker, you know, and this is how they get through, like on a conveyor belt each day, a different situation. They have a frame for that, a frame of reference, and so on and so forth. And so that's the reason, guys. Listen, like and share the video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.